singing, and the day's just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man.
Postman Pat and the Suit of Armour. One morning, Pat spotted a new poster on the wall of the village post office. "Now then, what's this?" he said. "Garner Hall open to the public? Well, it will be a lovely show."
"That's right, Pat," said Mrs. Goggins. "But think of all the cars and coaches and the litter. Suppose you got stuck in a traffic jam with all this post to deliver."
"It'll take more than that to stop me," said Pat.
Miss Hubbard asked if you'd pop in and have a word with her," said Mrs. Goggins. "I don't know what she wants."
"I expect it's something to do with Garner Hall," said Pat. "I'll not forget. Cheerio." Pat was on his way. "I hope she doesn't want a hand with her blooming bees," he said. "I remember last time." "Keep still," she said, "and they won't sting you." When he arrived at her cottage, he knocked at the door.
"Come in, Pat," called Miss Hubbard.
When Pat went in, the wind went in with him. It whooshed round the room. There were piles of books and papers everywhere, and the papers blew and fluttered about. "Goodness me, Miss Hubbard, whatever are you doing?" said Pat. "Whoops, what a wind! It's like a paper storm. Look out!" He tried to catch the papers and put them straight, but only made things worse. He knocked a pile of books over, and Jess jumped out of the way only just in time.
"For heaven's sake, man, shut that door," said Miss Hubbard.
"Whoops-a-daisy. Oh, sorry," said Pat. "I wouldn't like to sort this lot out."
"Don't worry, Pat," said Miss Hubbard. "I'm just getting ready for the opening of Garner Hall. The Major has asked me to show people round, and I must find out all about the old times in Greendale."
"Oh, yes, I saw the poster," said Pat. "Well, I don't know that all that much has happened in Greendale. No famous battles, no ghosts, nothing like that."
"Ah, don't be so sure, Pat," said Miss Hubbard. "You never know what you'll find. Tell you what, there's one thing I would like to see. Folks say Granny Dryden has a very old diary that her granddad kept, and he was head butler at Garner Hall. Now, I don't suppose she would let me have it, but if you were to ask her, she might just lend it."
It's worth a try. I'll ask her when I call with the letters," said Pat.
"I feel sure she'll let you have it," said Miss Hubbard. "Do please ask her. I'll take good care of it. I'm off to Garner Hall now to have a good look round."
"I'll pop in when I finish my letters," said Pat, "and let you know how I got on."
"Good man. Bye for now. I'll see you at the hall."
"I nearly forgot your post," Pat laughed. "Cheerio." Pat was on his way. His next stop was at Ted Glenn's. "Hello, Ted." Ted could not hear Pat. He was making such a noise with his power sander. Pat shouted as loud as he could. "Ted!" "Hey up, Pat. How are you doing?" "Nay, I'm not deaf. No need to shout. Look at this, just like new. All ready for the grand opening." "I know," said Pat, "at Garner Hall. Is it an old suit of armour?" "It isn't all," said Ted. The Man in the Iron Mask. What do you reckon, Pat? I've always fancied trying one on.
Pat gave Ted his letters and said, "Now's your chance. I'll bring a tin opener next time I call, just in case you get stuck. Here's some mail to go with it. Cheerio." Pat was on his way. His next stop was at Granny Dryden's cottage. "Now then, what was it that Miss Hubbard wanted?" said Pat. "I think she said it was an old diary. Hello? Anybody at home?" Granny Dryden had a big black book in her hands. "Oh, there you are, Pat," she said. "Now just look what I've found. It takes me back seeing these old pages, all brown and faded. Wilfred's very words, just as he wrote them at Garner all that long time ago." "I never saw anything like it," said Pat. "What a show it would make at Garner Hall. Do you think I could borrow it so that Miss Hubbard can make a few notes for when she shows folks round?" "Well, I can't make it out properly with my glasses," said Granny Dryden, "so you might as well have it." "I'll take good care of it," said Pat. "It'll be safe with me. And it will be wonderful for people to see it in the place where it was written. Bye, Granny Dryden." It was time for Pat to be getting along to Garner Hall. Miss Hubbard would be waiting for him, and the precious diary. He arrived at Garner Hall at last. Major Forbes was at the door looking out for him.
Come along, Pat,
barked the Major.
I see you've got it. Miss Hubbard's waiting for you.
Pat, good man, shouted Miss Hubbard. And the diary! She began riffling through the pages at once. Now, let me see. There must be something interesting here.
They could hear a strange sound coming along the passage. It was like 100 tin cans going for a walk. In came Ted Glenn with the suit of armour.
Where do you want this, then?
Said Ted.
Over here, Ted,
said the Major. What a clattering and clashing Ted made with that armour. He seemed to think it was a new kind of jigsaw puzzle.
Just about my size, I reckon. Let's see,
he said to himself. Pat didn't wait to see what Ted did next. He was just creeping out quietly when Miss Hubbard heard him.